Hi loves, it's Nicole. However, today I want to introduce you all to Nikki. In true Gemini fashion, there are multiple sides to me. Depending on the moment, the second, the hour, the minute, the circumstances, the environment, this certain person will show up. So it is October, anti-bullying month, and for those who are new to my channel and those who have known me for forever, I have always, and I mean always, have been vocal and advocating about bullying. Mostly because it is something that is personal and has been personal for me since grade school. The only thing different is me speaking about this publicly, openly here on YouTube. I take bullying seriously. This is not a gimmick for me to gain attention. I have been about this life for real. The change is that I'm full and grown at this point in my life. And I am past the expiration of being silent and allowing people to get away with causing me harm, and I do nothing about it. Since I believe there is a time and place for everything, and it is anti-bullying month, I want to take this opportunity to speak directly to my bullies. I come before you today because I do not do threats. But before I get ahead of myself, let me clearly define what a threat is. Because you can be the one to send a threat directly or send someone else to deliver it on your behalf. What is legally considered a threat? Uttering a threat requires that a person knowingly utters a threat, convey a threat, or cause a person to receive a threat. A threat in any words, written messages, or actions that threatens bodily harm, death, damage to real or personal property. A threat can include those that are conditional on the person doing something or failing to do something. For the people in the back, I have been sitting my 100-pound nothing self in front of this camera for at least about a year now, speaking in my full voice, from my diaphragm, with my entire chest, about my experiences with workplace bullying. And might I add, I have been very cute about it, because as I said from the beginning, my intentions are to utilize my personal experiences as an example for change. Sidebar, what good is anyone speaking about something they have never experienced? How is that relatable? Also note, to explain is to expose. And sometimes sharing information will reveal some problematic things about certain people. If anybody is curious how folk end up on that TV series Snapped, it's this right here. When people do not leave you alone, and the only result you have is showing your tail because those bullies have pushed you well past your breaking point, simply because they don't know when to stop and when to let go. What behooves me is that none of y'all's brains is telling you to stop doing what it is that you're doing and saying what it is that you're saying that will compel anyone, myself, others included, to have anything to say about you and your actions. If you simply stop doing what it is that you're doing, you wouldn't give anyone anything to say, to talk about, to discuss. But that is on you, not on the people talking about the things that you're saying and doing. You stop. We have nothing. The actions are all on you. It is baffling to me the low percentage of brain cells one must have to cause problems and then try to bully people into silence about it. To instill fear in the same folk that you are causing the issues and harm to. Now let's be clear, everybody talks. Everybody. But hear me, if you stop giving people stuff to talk about, there is nothing to say. So here is where I want to vent specifically to my bullies. The fact that anyone would think that I am in this space and time of my life of allowing an organization that I no longer work for to threaten me,
They messed around and made it personal.
is giving no what and hard in. I am not concerned about my character or my reputation because those are subjective thoughts. However, my name, Nikki, Nicole, is a different story. I asked folk to keep my name out of your mouths. I know I did. I did an entire video about it. Again, I have been on this here internet sharing my story, in which I am entitled to speak about what I have encountered, endured, experienced. It's my story to tell. So if there's anything there is that I need to say, guess what? I have a platform, an outlet that I have established in which I can come, open my mouth physically, and speak on it. Say what it is that I need to say. Again, everybody's talking and everybody's laughing too at your level of stupidity. What is problematic to me among a bajillion other things is that my name is in people's mouths and they're pussyfooting around, coming to say whatever they feel they need to say to me directly. May I also add, using other employees to deliver messages and confront other former employees is giving coward. Now, granted, I have blocked 95% of you all. Rightfully so. Because for why? When I'm out, I'm out. When it's over, it's over. When I'm done, I'm done. When I'm finished, I'm finished. Contrary to popular belief, I am thriving, I am healthy, I am healing. I am blessed and highly favored over here. But for the sake of full transparency, I will leave my contact information in the description box below. You can feel free to reach out to me and we can schedule a call to address whatever it is that you need to say to me directly versus utilizing other people to try to do that. Talk to me. One thing about me is that I'm honest and I'm an excellent communicator. All of what I do, including bringing my negative zero behind on this internet, I have shared it with the people before I did so, who I felt like needed to know, because that's called respect. I am not the only one negatively impacted by the negative follies of others. I did what I did. I took that approach out of respect and not for anyone's approval. Nikki, Nicole, is going to do what she needs to do for herself solo. With that being said, this one right here, this video, I know is bound to shake the table. But my name is involved. And no matter how much you try to degrade my character, you cannot with my name. So pause on the accusations, because let's be very, very clear. The way I spend my time these days is right here in 4K. 4K. To anyone who takes offense to how I am addressing this in this moment, peace be with you. As my therapist said, you cannot stand up and sit down at the same time. Meaning I can't stand 10 toes down in the way that I decide that I am going to vocalize, share my experience, then try to criticize how someone else decides they're going to do the same. Do know I am not fazed by folk who do not have a heaven nor a hell to put me in. However, what does faze me is my name. Let me also say this about bullies. They will throw stones and hide their hands, particularly the non-bold ones. They will also pull others voluntarily or involuntarily into participating in the bullying as well. Let me go ahead and run down this list because sometimes you have to call people and their foolishness out. Ursula, you being a bajillion yards away from intelligible as an executive director is not the flex you think it is, sis. The fact that people are playing in your face as if you have or will ever obtain any level of leadership or competency in your job needs to be investigated. To prey on the mentally ill for the sake and the desire of power is unethical, but you all will have to stand in front of God to answer for that. Now, I am very well aware, because I have emotional maturity, that I can't get in the ring with you, because in good faith, I cannot sit here and believe in my heart of hearts that something is mentally wrong with you then think it is okay to combat with you in any type of way. It's like anybody of sound mind trying to go toe-to-toe with Donald Trump. It's not fair. But sis, that does not give you the get out of free jail card. You still have to tread lightly. You are not exempt, sis. I will leave that there. Vicky, you have one more again to send somebody my way, whether it's friend or foe. And the next letter you will read out loud will be a legal one. And that is on Play With Me. Excuse me? I know how hearsay works. So everybody will get subpoenaed. You of all people are of sound body and mind. So the gloves with you, sis, are all the way off. I don't know where the disconnect is that gave you the impression that because you got away with bullying me while I was at the organization, that I will allow you to do so. When I'm not? No. Is giving the devil is a liar and twice on Sunday. What you fail to realize is that I am not the same 30-something-year-old woman that you first met. Sis, technically, I'm 40. I am definitely in my and find out phase in life. I am undoubtedly like the street sweeper and will drag you for the filth that you are. Keep playing with me and I will make you the example for every former bully that I've encountered in my entire life. And Tracy, you may know me the least, but phone a friend about me, sis. As I said, I do not do threats, nor do I condone anyone behind closed doors giving me their finger and their tail to kiss, particularly when they're in the wrong. You as the board chair that is both aware and a contributor do possess the acumen, so play with me. Oh, and just because you fail to realize that anxiety and fear are two different things, that's on you. Take note, since this clearly went over your head the first time. Nicole, Nikki, not being confrontational does not mean I will not defend myself, particularly when my name is involved. I have been in this protect others, which has left me open to catch stray bullets. But I have my vest on now. The nerve of anyone to think you personally or the organization take up any space in my world is giving obsessed. I am not the one going through personal life woes or spiritual warfare. To think half of y'all mention the name of God, but fail to realize the reason why you're going through turmoil, both as an individual and as an organization, is because you're not living right and you're going against the favor of God. Not to take it spiritually, because I am the first to be like, nah, leave God out of this tomfoolery, sis. But his name is forever in my mouth. For real. And it's clear to me, hence therefore why I want zero, and I mean zero association with any of you all, is that you all are under attack. If you stop and you think about the things that you have endured over the last year, and the fact that you can't lets me know that you really don't have a personal relationship with God. Because if you did, you would understand that what you're going through, what you have been through in this 1 year alone is called spiritual warfare, based off of how you're treating other people, how you're going against the essence of God's people. But y'all so ignorant and egotistical that you can't understand y'all not really out here winning for real. Maybe if you stop doing what it is that you're doing, for real, stop doing what it is that you're doing, life can change for the better for you. Because for all of us, it has. We're all thriving, sis. Everybody. No weapon formed against any of us has prospered. Clearly, I am blessed and highly favored over here. Do not let these videos, which are meant to inspire others, convince you I am not living my best life. Once these cameras go off, I am existing further in my purpose. To those of you who are allowing the devil to use them to do their work, you're foolish. And I am going to leave that there because some of you all are well beneath my age bracket for me to entertain, to take seriously, nor worth my acknowledgement. But pause. Let me say this though. Do not allow fear to lead you to a place you can't survive in. Also, let me educate you on this one real quick. It is not about your intentions, although I am looking at you very much looking at you side-eye. regardless of your experience, is about how I receive it. Let that sink in. For those who are focused on their legacy because of their personal history with the organization, where was that same energy when you were supposedly heartbroken and crying because of what of us young folk were enduring at the hands of that organization? People having the ability to straddle the fence when it's convenient for them must be nice. I would say that I am very disappointed in how you're carrying yourself, but one thing I have learned, particularly being from DC, is about privilege. But do understand, knowing Nicole is a privilege. Lastly, I know people are going to say, well, folk are entitled to speak about you, to talk about you, and to a certain degree, you is right. But the difference is my name is not being talked about in terms of their personal opinion about my character or my personality, not even about their personal experiences with me. Granted, majority of them, except for leadership, can even speak to having a relationship with me. And because of that, in lies the problem. That being said, to those who have my name in their mouth, because folk are hung up on the way Nicole does things. Ho, little tink tink. Come here, love. How dare you're correlate me in the same sentence as you because you fail to realize and understand that your job, love, is solely centered around engagement, personal relationships, and development. The fact that you would equate me and you as if to say your inadequacy is a result of my prior success, first of all, keep my name out your mouth. Second of all, I told you, sis, up front, come with your own pair of shoes. Did I not? Because you can't compete where you don't compare. My shoes are custom. Hello? No. Okay, for real. This is the last thing I am going to say. To those of you who are vexed about this video, goodbye, and I thank you. I want to encourage anyone that's dealing with bullies, encountered bullies. This is our month to stand up for ourselves, to combat bullying in any form or fashion, whether it's school, whether it's work, whether it's home. You can be bullied by a sibling, all of those things. Stand up for yourself, seek the help that you need, get the healing that you deserve. Change your surroundings, alternate your environment. Because we matter, our lives matter, our health matters, our mental health matters. One thing I will never do is get in front of a camera and speak about something, but then behind closed doors be encountering the very thing that I'm saying we need to stand up against. How dare anybody feel like you can come for me with my name in your mouth to send messages, to try to bully folk that no longer work there? The nerve of you. I'm not standing for it. I don't know about anybody else. I don't care about anybody else. But for Nicole, for Nikki, no. As I said, my information is down below. Come for me. Play with me. Any of you. And I stand firm in this. I do not care who has a problem with me standing up for myself, to defend myself. I reserve that right. The court of law says I reserve that right. I'm 40 now. I've earned my stripes. I've earned my ability to say, play with me. Whatever I have to say, best believe I have this now. Say it right here. Full chest, full voice, diaphragm. From me, Nicole, Nikki, every last person in my head will be speaking out. There's a way to keep it cute, and I'm always going to keep it cute. There's a way to stand up and advocate for yourself that doesn't require a bunch of nonsense. Somewhere along the line, people don't have convinced that their heads that they can play with me, and it's given, no. At the end of the day, I'm covered, I'm okay, I am good. I will continue to be covered, be okay, and be good. My life is great. My circumstances are great. I don't work there. Leave me alone. And I've said that before. But I got one more again. Play with me. Well, it feels good to get that out. I still think that I will make it into heaven. In all seriousness though, multiple things can exist at once. I can be upset, hurt, disappointed, and do not like someone, but have love for those same people in my heart regardless. In the end, I will still profess my love for you, each of you. As I always do, I do not want to take it lightly or for granted that anyone experiences, hears, knows, understands that they are loved. Some people do not get to hear the words, I love you often. And I think in this particular case, it shows. So today to my bullies and their co-conspirators, I love you. And there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. But remember, keep my name out y'all's mouth. To those of you who are watching, if no one told you today, let me be the one to say, I love you. Bye.